Long ago, in the heart of the savannah, lay two villages, Aduko and Kyeweri. They were like twins born of the same mother, yet they despised each other. Between them flowed a crystal stream, its waters cool even under the scorching sun. In the old days, a wooden bridge spanned the stream, and people from both villages crossed freely to trade kola nuts, attend festivals, and even marry. But peace, like clay left in the sun, can dry and crack if not cared for. The trouble began during the festival of New Yams, a time when both villages once gathered under a single canopy of drums and dancing. The chiefs of Aduko and Kyeweri met to bless the harvest, as tradition demanded. But on that day, a simple question, who would speak first, became a spark in dry grass. "I am older, and my ancestors settled here first," shouted Chief Okawa of Aduko. "My stool is higher and my people are greater in number," retorted Chief Hasnam of Kyeweri. Their words turned bitter, their followers shouted, and before the moon rose, a fight broke out. Pots of palm wine spilled, gourds cracked, and blows fell where greetings once were shared. In the chaos, young hot-headed warriors set fire to the bridge that connected them. When dawn came, all that remained of the bridge was ash floating on the stream. Both chiefs swore never to rebuild it. "Let them stay on their side," said Okawa. "Let them die of thirst before they step on my soil," snarled Hasnam. From that day forward, every child was taught, "Do not speak to them. They are not your people." Years passed, and the feud grew colder and harder than the stones in the riverbed. Then came a drought unlike any other. For months, not a drop of rain fell. The savanna grass turned yellow and brittle, and even the great baobabs shed their leaves. Goats bleated weakly, and the soil cracked like old calabash. The stream, once wide enough for children to splash and women to wash their clothes, narrowed to a sad trickle. Every morning, before the sun rose, women from both villages hurried with clay pots to scoop what little water remained. No one dared to cross or even greet the other side. They fetched water in tense silence, like strangers forced to drink from the same bowl. Aisha, a young woman of Aduko, rose before dawn each day, balancing her pot with the grace of her mother. She was curious, quick-witted, and unafraid to ask questions, qualities that often earned her scoldings from her grandmother. "Why do we hate them so much?" Aisha asked one morning as they prepared to fetch water. "Child, a wound is not for poking," her grandmother said sharply. "Just carry your pot and keep your tongue still." Across the stream, Kojo of Kyeweri was asking his father the same question. "Are they thieves? Did they harm us?" His father only spat into the dust. "They are not to be trusted. That is reason enough." But deep inside, neither Aisha nor Kojo was satisfied with these empty answers. One slippery morning, Aisha bent over the mossy rocks to scoop water. Suddenly her foot slid, and her pot wobbled. Before she could fall into the stream, a firm hand caught her arm. She looked up, into the eyes of Kojo from the forbidden village. Aisha froze. Her grandmother's voice rang in her head. "Do not speak to them. Do not touch them." But Kojo simply smiled. "Careful," he said gently. "These rocks are treacherous." Aisha snatched back her arm, embarrassed, but she managed a quick nod of thanks. She hurried away, her heart beating faster than the village drums. The next morning, Kojo arrived first. When Aisha came, she pretended not to see him, until her heavy pot nearly tipped over. Without a word, Kojo steadied it. On the third day, he spoke again. "Doesn't it seem foolish," he asked quietly, "that we drink the same water, yet pretend we are strangers?" Aisha glanced around to make sure no elder was watching. "Maybe it is," she whispered, "but who will listen to us?" Their words were few, but a spark of understanding leapt across the stream that had divided their people for so long. Day after day, Aisha and Kojo met at dawn while the village still slept. They spoke in low voices, sharing stories of their homes. Kojo told Aisha how his chief feared the stream would dry completely, leaving both villages to die of thirst. Aisha confessed that Aduko's elders had tried digging wells, but the ground was too hard and stony to hold water. One morning, Kojo picked up a flat rock and skipped it across the stream. "What if we built a bridge again?" he said. Aisha gasped. "If our people see us even talking, they'll beat us. What will they do if they see us building a bridge?" "Then we'll build it when they're asleep," Kojo replied with a grin. And so, under the cover of darkness, they met with ropes, nails, and wooden planks Kojo had taken from his uncle's shed. Slowly, night after night, they laid beams across the narrow stream. Fireflies became their lanterns, and frogs their watchmen. With each plank they nailed, they dreamed of a day when people could cross freely again. But secrets are like smoke. They rise until someone sees them. One morning, warriors from Aduko found footprints by the stream that led toward Kyeweri. The same day, Kojo's uncle noticed nails missing and sawdust on his nephew's clothes. Suspicion spread like wildfire. On the night Aisha and Kojo placed the final planks, torches blazed on both banks. The elders of Aduko and Kyeweri arrived, shouting accusations. "Who dares to rebuild what was destroyed?" roared Chief Ukawa. "It must be a trick to spy on us," bellowed Chief Hasnam. Aisha and Kojo stood trembling on the half-finished bridge, hands still holding a hammer. "We only wanted to fetch water without fear," Kojo shouted. "We only wanted peace," cried Aisha. The chiefs glared at each other, ready to tear down the bridge again. But then an old woman from Kyeweri stepped forward. She was bent with age, her voice cracked but strong. "Will you let pride kill your children? The stream belongs to no man. Water does not choose a side." Her words struck the crowd like lightning. People murmured in agreement. The chiefs looked at the shrunken stream, now a thin silver thread barely trickling through the rocks. By morning, it might vanish completely. Then, something no one expected happened. Chief Ukawa of Aduko and Chief Hasnam of Kyeweri stepped forward, together. They took the hammer from Kojo and Aisha and drove in the last nail, side by side. When dawn came, the villagers crossed the new bridge freely. They shared food and water, and plans were made to dig a deep joint well for future droughts. Children from both villages played together by the stream, laughing where silence once ruled. The feud ended not because of warriors or threats, but because two young hearts dared to dream of unity. From that day on, the people of both villages told their children, "A bridge built by love can never be burned by hate." What is your takeaway from this story? Share in the comments below. And don't forget to subscribe for more stories that entertain, inspire and uplift.